Chase Lehigh with the blue futon. In the movie theater, there's a movie called Midnight. It's a Korean movie. Should you stay up after midnight to watch this film? Let's find out. So Midnight, what's it about? It's a very simple premise, actually. Serial killer, a couple of people that are deaf, and are they going to save the girl in the van with the brother that is involved on the police force, or as a Marine, and everything like that. Ooh, 10 words. I don't know why I did that, but anyway. So Midnight, oh, because 12, no, I don't have 12 fingers, Chase. Anyway, Midnight is a good movie. This is a roller coaster of decision making, which made me go fucking insane. So the quick synopsis of this story, let's give you the real one, all right? Someone's kidnapped. The brother needs to find his sister. But during this meantime, there's this deaf family who finds the girl. And so it's a very much a cat and mouse chase of who's going to save who and where are you going to go. So with that, I'm just going to give you the whole reason because I have a lot of emotions with this movie. The reason I say that is decision making. This could be good and bad. There's some parts where you're in a parking lot and the deaf person knows, oh shit, if I click this beeper, they're going to hear me. So let me take the small key out and get in the car that way. And you're like, smart decision. And then a stupid decision happens of where the girl and the mother are kind of talking like behind the person's back who's the killer. And they're like, doing the sign language. And she's just like, oh, we could trust him. And the mom's like, no, something's wrong. He had a black phone. Now it's a white phone. He's acting fucking weird. And she's like, no, he's just odd. And she's like, no, he was distraught here. And you're just like, oh my God, stupid decision there. Then it's like, there's a smart decision. Good job. Then a bad decision. You're like, what are you doing? Ah! And the whole time in the movie, I was like slapping my fingers and my dog was getting so mad because I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And so I was just like, why are we making stupid decisions like that? And it was so frustrating because it's not like it was all stupid decisions like dumb, dumb, dumb. It was like dumb, smart, dumb, smart, dumb, smart. And you're like, this is a roller coaster of like, good job, girl, bad, good, bad. And you're like, just be smart throughout the whole movie, which I understand why you don't need to be. But it's not just the girl. It's not just the deaf family because, of course, they could only go as best as they can with, not being able to talk and being in public in downtown. There's a couple police officers. That was the main scene where I was just fucking frustrated, where it was like, what are we doing? There's people in the police station here taking a smoke break right now. Like, and there's a guy attacking the police station because someone called someone a fucker. You need to be in the police station at all times. Both of you don't need to be on a cigarette break. Also, when you're in a crowd of people, I do think this movie is a analogy of where we're at today of not wanting to help people or bringing our phones out, because there's a scene where she has a knife, she has blood on them, and the guy's like, I'm her brother, and everyone's like, oh, okay, I guess that's her brother. No, there needs to be someone like, she's crying. Like, someone needs to be like, calm the fuck down. What is happening? I'm calling the police. I don't care what you say. I'm calling the police because something is not right. And I think we're in a day and age where people are afraid to speak up for other people. And I do think this movie was bringing that up. There's also a scene with the Korean military. Man, I was like, fuckers, what are you doing? What are you doing, you three? Don't do that. But anyway, this movie is an emotional ride of bad and good choices. So that it could be good or bad for this movie, and that's really up to you. I think it's a mixed message for sure, because sometimes I was just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And other times I'm like, yes, run. You got this. You got this. So emotion-wise, absolutely. But I don't know if it's the right emotions for what this movie was trying to do. But I enjoyed the acting. The directing was nothing fancy, but it didn't need to be fancy. It didn't need to be a blood and gore movie because this is all cat and mouse. And I think the cat and mouse tension was absolutely there of like, who's going to survive? Who's going to die? What are we trying to get at? I do think how it opened up was a little bit awkward because it didn't really work with what we're going with, and it proves incompetence on the police in Korea. So I don't know if that was another message they're trying to do, because if a person finds two bodies, you need to be like, hey, stop, yo. How'd you find these bodies? Like, what are you doing here? Why are you all shook up? And why are you being awkward? But you just let them go. So there's a little issues like that where you're like, maybe, like I said, maybe police in other countries are very different. So other than that, that's all I could go off of. But overall, Midnight, I've mostly talked about the emotions of this movie because that is what I got out of it. Yeah, the characters are fine. I enjoyed the acting. Like I said, the directing, it is the emotional roller coaster, as well as I think the analogy of people needing to like kind of step up. Yeah, I understand like a fight in like you see all the time fight in Taco Bell or a fight in KFC where you're just like, okay, it's about a fucking taco. I don't need to do that. But if it's out of a person's life, you need to like, as if there's a group of people, like, stop, bro. Something's wrong. We're not listening to you anymore. And I do think that analogy is present in this movie. I enjoyed the movie for what it was. It was an hour and 40 minutes, and I enjoyed it. Another win for South Korea cinema, but my God, the writing and the character choices, holy shit. Roller coaster of emotions. So Midnight will receive a 3.5 out of 5 with Futons, which equals at 70%. So see the critics news scores gave this one. So you have 100% with the critic with 10 of them. Damn. Audience score 80% with fewer than 50. No critic consensus. We have a 7 out of 10, a 3.5 out of 5, a 4.5 out of 5, a 4 out of 5, a 4 out of 5. So they're mostly in the 70s and 80s range, kind of where I'm at in the audience score. So 100, 80, 70. What do you think? But my God, it was a good premise. I enjoyed the deaf aspect and doing stuff like that. So, I mean, I recommend this movie for sure. So do you agree with the 100, the 80, or the 70? Chase out with the Blue Futon, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of Futontopia. Your Blue Futonians. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. And it feels like a lot more movies like this are coming out like this. See for me. I know it's not like it, but we have like Drive My Car has some sign language in it. Coda. So yeah, sign language in movies is a thing now, and I think it's pretty cool. And I think learning it, I would like to. I would seriously I would think it's fun, but I would not learn it through VR. Agenda galore.